fellow citizens, my fellow. We will prevail.
We're ready, Mr. President.
My fellow citizens, today represents a dark day in our history. With this monstrous, unprovoked attack, no country is safe from their reach. For all those serving on our behalf, our prayers go with you. For the Pax Armada mercenaries who are watching now, I have a message. It's over.
Let's get to work.
I'm your masters of war. Hear the bells of big guns. Hear it hide behind walls.
30 seconds.
Ain't turn and run farther when the fast bullets fly.
Move fast. Move decisive. Dagger on my 6.
Send it.
And I hope that you die. And your death will come soon. I follow your casket by the pale afternoon. I watch while you
Clear the ship now.
and I stand over your grave till I'm sure that you're dead.
Paint the target for the F-61.
I watch while you
Fucking burn us off.
and I stand over your grave till I'm sure that you're dead. Masters of war.
My fellow citizens.
All right, guys. Well, we definitely get our Battlefield 6 reveal finally. And there's a lot of things going on over here. Man. It's very World War II-esque with the announcement from the president. You know, there's a lot of collisions going on, especially with the helicopters. And this is something that they actually do on purpose because obviously helicopters crashing shows a lot of detail and, you know, things that can happen in destruction. You know, some of the weapons that they're showing off, looks like the AK-5C will make it back. In all honesty, I just hope they go back and take the Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 gun list. Just dump it into the game. It works. It's Battlefield. We want a lot of weapons. We're gonna play for it.
It's over.
Just do it. And, you know, they're even showing some rendering capabilities with all the army guys coming around. The physics with the aircraft, you know, the tanks coming down the field, but really they're just shooting buildings to show you destruction. Now, keep in mind, guys, you will never actually see any of this truly happen in the game, if I'm being completely honest with you. This is all animated, it's all baked. Man, maybe the lighting is not baked. I don't know if they're, you know, if it's real lighting or if the lighting is baked or not, but, you know, these things will not happen in the game unless they are animated, okay? And that, you know, that includes the scene that you kind of get from the helicopter being shot down, almost in like a Black Hawk Down type of thing, you know? It won't happen, guys. Most of the time you'll probably be dead and the animation will just show you from a far point of view that you're dead. And then, well, the helicopter may crash into the building and then just bounce off. Maybe the animation won't trigger the actual building to collapse and all that stuff. So all of this stuff you really gotta take with a grain of salt, man. But they definitely are showing us a lot of stuff. The destruction on the buildings, you know, definitely gotten a lot better since Battlefield 4, Battlefield 2042, and all the other ones in the middle, Battlefield V, Battlefield 1. It's definitely gotten a lot better, that's for sure. You can see it. You don't have to question that part. You know, the game has been play tested so much. You know, they had the pro gamers out there. A lot of the animations look really crisp, man. It almost looks like this was just motion capture. You know, and that's most likely exactly what it was. You know, obviously the buildings being crashed into and all that stuff. Obviously, that's a whole different story. That's just, you know, simulated. But, you know, when it comes to the rest of the stuff that we are seeing, There's big squads and numbers. I was actually hoping that was a multiplayer teaser, but of course at the end they tell us on July 31st is when they will announce the multiplayer. So I don't know if this game will actually remain at 128 players. You know, more than likely it won't. Maybe it may go back to 64 players. You know, and some of the maps that you see, think about it. Look at the dam that's coming down, full of water right here. This dam reminds me of Linking Dam from Battlefield 4, you know, and then Karg Island from Battlefield 3 in the boat where the vehicles are coming out of. But a lot of the locations are also being shot, you know, somewhere in the Middle East, but definitely New York. You know, you see the Brooklyn Bridge actually shown off here quite a lot. And even the bombing at the end here on the bridge. This is definitely the Brooklyn Bridge. This would actually be kind of interesting if they could twist that in the multiplayer. You know, have the bridge in the middle of everything, and then, you know, make it a point that you got to get across the water by having 2 points there. You know, there were maps in Battlefield 4 that kind of did that, not exactly, but, you know, there are ways to design maps around that where you can actually do such a thing. So I actually hope that, you know, what the professional gamers have been playing, we can actually test very soon. And the game looks great, you know, but like I said, everything you're seeing in these animations will never happen in the game. Like, literally, it will never happen. Maybe the destructions of the buildings, I give you that, but it will never happen the way you're seeing it. So just take this with a grain of salt and understand exactly what you're walking into. But the game looks great. I can't wait to play it. I'm a big Battlefield fan. Now the animations, you know, the direction that they took is very Call of Duty-esque, if you actually pay attention. Maybe they're like, hey, we need to try something new, something different, and let's see where it takes us. Maybe that was their exact goal. If that was their goal, I mean, great job. It's definitely cinematic. You see a lot of things happen that people can't wait to try to witness. Like I said, it's an animation. It will not happen anyway. You know, running through fire inside the hallway and all the night vision missions and all that stuff. That stuff will actually happen, but only the NPCs will actually be moving around like that. You're just going to be, you know, the controlled player who's walking through. Your character will not be making all those motions and all that kind of stuff, unless it's baked into it as an animation. So just take it with a grain of salt, man. I can't wait to see the multiplayer reveal on July 31st, and that will actually tell us a lot more about the game. That actually show you pretty much what you can expect to experience in the game. Well, I guess until then, you know, we're just waiting to find out. And at this point, it's almost that time to find out. So let's give them a chance. Have a good one, guys.